Give a halftime update of the score. I mean, whatever you want to do.
I got it.
Halftime update of the score.
Okay, I got you. I got it.
Just whenever you're ready.
I got it. Halftime here at Flower Mound Marcus High School. Braswell up 18-14 over Fort Worth Brewer. 9 points for MJ Leslie, hit three. MJ Leslie, I apologize. 3 threes in the first quarter. Led him to 9 points. Great defense was being played by Braswell earlier with the 11-point lead. But with a big end of the second quarter for Mr. David Woosley. Finished with 8 points that quarter and a big layup to finish it off. Gave Cortland Blake his first 2 points of the game at the last seconds. 4-point lead now for Braswell. Third quarter coming in 5:45. We will be right back with FridayNightWay.com. Testing.
thought Duncan came off the bench and gave him something, though, for Brewer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got it. Appreciate it.
Should be.
We're back here, Flower Mound Marcus High School. Big 5A playoff matchup. Fort Worth Brewer, district champions, first time in many, many years. Denton Braswell, first time in the playoffs ever. Came up with an 18-14 lead over Brewer to end the first half. Mr. MJ Leslie hit 3 threes in the first quarter. It's been the real story of the game. Kenny, what's the story on the Brewer side?
Well, for Brewer, they finally had some buckets go in the second quarter. That was what was huge for them. Woosley hit 2 big threes for them that got them back into the game. Gave them a little bit of traction, I thought, a little bit. And then I thought the huge play might have been as the big fella finishing out the half there with a little jump hook in the middle of the lane, which you and I both alluded to earlier, thinking that that's where he probably needs to be at here in the second half. You know, the three-pointers not dropping for him. Thought he forced a couple of those threes, so maybe he might find some traction down low on the post.
And the Brewer Bears definitely got hot. Adam Duncan, came off the bench, gave him a little bit of a spark. He had a big block coming.
Yes, he sure did. And I thought the defensive intensity for Brewer and for Braswell was very big in that second quarter too. I think these guys made some tough shots just because there was some good defense against them on both sides.
And it's 2 fan bases that just want to go crazy in this gym. So I think we're going to have an interesting second half here as we start off. Cam Smith with the ball. They throw it down low to the post. Hits it out for a little corner jumper.
Nice shot there.
That's Mr. 34, Lazarick Bailey.
Lazarick Bailey, his fourth.
And he hasn't been afraid to shoot all game.
No, this is 4th point in the game. And I like the penetration and kick. The 16-footer, he knocks it down. Dribble, drive, penetrate, draw the defense, and hit it to the open man.
It's Mr. Blake.
Tough pass.
That was a tough pass.
Yeah, it's a real tough pass. And even if Taylor caught that, he wasn't going to be able to do anything down there.
I think he got him overthinking. He saw a double team coming.
Again, just not been in that sync or that rhythm since the opening tip here for Brewer on the offensive end. Defensively, they've been excellent here tonight, I thought.
As there it goes. It's going to be a turnover.
Taylor
Matthew Edwards. Here's this guy, David Woosley. Yeah, 8 points to end the second.
He was the key for them getting back in the ball game, I thought. He hit a couple big open threes there, got the crowd back into it a little bit.
Oh, this kid's going to get the crowd. Oh, in and out. He wanted to get the crowd back in it. He's coming soon. Like you said, number 5, Andrew Liak.
Yeah,
there's MJ. Oh, he's going to miss a tough 3 for him and a big board. Oh.
And the offensive push, but gets away with it.
Here they go. Starts to push the pace.
I'm looking for Mr. Avent to get started here for him. That's if he's not their best player, he is definitely 1A or 1B on this team. And he didn't give him anything offensively there in the first half. He's got to be one of the guys I think has to kind of take Brewer on put his back and say, hey, it's my team.
Definitely. More scoring out that backcourt with the front court struggling. Great zone played by Braswell, as that's number 13. Gerard Taylor.
With the big bucket there. Nice pass, though, from Avent to get to him. And that's what he needs to do for them. To either facilitate some easy shots for his teammates or start taking some shots on his own initiative.
16-20 game. Braswell man-to-man defense.
Boy, that quickness of Cam Smith, boy.
He's right on that hip.
Yes, he was. But misses the shot inside. And here, the closest that Brewer can actually get into this game since very early in the first quarter here. Only down 4.
Really, let's see what they do with it. He gets it to the big guy. There he goes.
Penetration.
That's the second bucket of the game down low.
And as we said, Avent making things for his other players. The penetration, the easy tish down low, and the big fella finishes.
Great pass.
And steal by
there's
Woosley.
Mr. Woosley. Let's see if he gets a chase down block on him. He's gonna
Good
miss it,
defense.
forward, and they're going to get the foul.
Man,
That's on Matthew Edwards.
That was excellent defense by Travis Bradley, though.
See, great hustle.
That's number 3 on the big fella for Denton Braswell. Something to kind of monitor here. He is very big on that trap on the backside of the zone there for Denton Braswell. So
checking into the game for the first time, number 32, Jalen Banks. There's the big fella. He's short on the 3. Oh, and a tough non-offensive rebound.
Yep, the big fella's just trying his best to get on track there with that. It's just not dropping. Again, we'd like to see him try to take it to the hole, use some of that bulk that he's got down there, and some of that beautiful athletic system he's got for his size.
Okay, let's get to the line. Let's see how he takes advantage. He's going against the backup big. He's playing active defense. Uh-oh. We're not going to get the break. We'll get him to finish it, though. There's number 10.
With the big finish.
20-24, 4:20 left.
And boy, the comeback bid is here for the Brewer.
David Avant with the finish. More good defense in the timeout.
Thought it was an excellent timeout.
Brewer starting to feel it.
Thought it was an excellent timeout by Coach
A little
Siegler.
lighter in this gym.
Yes, they are. Brewer will bring the fandom to any ballpark, that is for certain. Thought it was an excellent timeout there by Coach Siegler. I mean, get your team settled a little bit. The intensity that the Brewer came out here on the defensive end, I think, has changed so far for them tying up this ball game.
Oh, yeah, and it's been tough for Braswell to find any type of good shot. We haven't, like I said, since the first quarter, we haven't seen MJ Leslie knock any down. He's been mighty quiet. I think they need to get their backcourt back going.
Well, I think that they're having a situation also where they're kind of settling for the outside shot again. I think they need to kind of work that offense where they were getting some easier buckets towards the hole as opposed to going away from the bucket.
Here we are. There's Leslie with the ball at the corner.
Good man-to-man defense. Both teams, I think, here tonight. I'm very impressed with that.
Pass off, MJ Leslie in the corner.
Penetration inside. Big fella doesn't get it. Cortland tries to get the rebound.
Oh, what hustle. Oh, they're hustling.
Oh,
You got 2 bodies on the ground. It's a scrum.
body's falling. Good hustle. This is playoff basketball here.
Oh, yeah, another tip up. Short on the layup. There's that man, David Avant. And Fort Worth Brewer with a chance to take their first lead.
Yeah. Mr. Avent woke up at halftime. I think he's decided, you know what, it's time for me to play a little basketball now.
There they go. Oh, he's going to pump fake it.
He
Good
thought about
non-shot. I think that was a good hold by the kid.
Yeah, for a kid that's struggling with his confidence, he normally in the midseason he would have pulled there, but I thought you're right.
He'll hit a big one late. Maybe
There
it's
you
right
go.
here. Maybe it's right there for you. That's number 5.
There's the league.
Aaron
Raylick with the big
Lelick.
3.
Oh,
Good for the guys. Said he struggled here the last couple of weeks with a shot there. It's nice to see the guy. And we get a
Kenny,
turnover.
are we going to get a – oh, big foul, playoff style foul.
Bailey with the huge foul said, no, not today. You're going to earn it from the stripe, buddy. That's a good hard-nosed play, though. There's nothing wrong. That's not flagrant. That's going for the ball. They're going to get a timeout here from Denton Braswell.
Yeah, and Cortland Blake, before he went up the dunk, took a look back to see if anybody was behind him. He knew the contact was coming. That's a great foul.
Yes, it was.
And the big guy to take 2 at the line.
If I was the big fella, I think I would have went off 1 foot and just gone on and finished. Him trying to go vertical to go up there gave Bailey a chance to get back and make a play on the ball.
Oh, and I thought his eyes were going to light up when he sees open lane, him open hole half court.
Right.
slowed down a little bit on that one. I think he was thinking about bringing the house down with that.
And I think that's the third turnover they forced here in the third quarter against them. And I think that's been the key difference here out of the halftime is their defense. And also, I believe that they're getting better shots here. They're not settling those, even though Lalick hit the big three there. But it was the penetration that Avent did there to draw the defense there. It was an open look. He had to take that one.
Oh, yeah. And like you said, Avent, Woosley, two backcourt guys.
Yes.
Have been Blake. The backcourt for Brewer has done this game. They have this 23-20 lead.
And they've been able to shut Leslie down since the first quarter. I mean, Leslie had those 3 threes probably within the first 5 minutes of the first quarter. We haven't heard from him since on the offensive end.
Blake shooting 2.
Here's Blake shooting 2. 24-20 lead for Brewer. That biggest lead of the game.
Big swing here in this game.
Let's see him knock this one. Let's see if he knocks this one down. It's Mr. Cortland Blake.
You can see the soft touch the big fella has. It's 8th point of the game.
6'6" senior. There's Brewer's coach. He's trying to get the crowd into it.
The Brewer crowd is definitely awake.
Yeah,
we're going to get a charge there. And Mr. Leslie, again, great man-to-man defense again by the Fort Worth Brewer.
You can see those Brewer guys gaining more and more confidence. Somebody on Braswell has to make a play and make one fast this quarter.
Absolutely. And you can kind of see the intensity here a little bit for Braswell, kind of looking at the shoes a little bit. They're not looking at their players right now.
That down. Oh.
And the long three by Lalick. Probably not what you needed there at that point in time.
Let's see what Cam Smith does. No charge is going to be called.
No call. I thought that was a good no call. Thought it might have been a flop almost. If you're Braswell, you want to go inside out, I think, and I thought that was a good decision right there. Got a good look.
He's going to miss. Got his own board back. He'll clean it up himself.
Edwards with his 6th point in the game. I thought that was a real good possession for Denton Braswell there. You had to get in something close there, I thought there. Got a good shot and great second effort there for the finish.
I'm like, when you need to get a bucket, you got to see the ball into the cup. Easiest way to do that with the layup is Mr. Adam Duncan prepares to come back in, along with David Robinson, two guys who played a big role in that first half. Mr. Blake with the out pass. Oh, great pass. Oh, great pass.
Woosley filling it from 3-point line.
28-22.
His 3rd three of the ball game. 11 points. And a 5-second goal. The great defense there by Avent. On the turnover.
That guy's a dog.
Yes. Somebody decided to go on and tell Mr. Avent to show up. Maybe he came on the late bus. I'm not sure.
Yeah, cold day at school today. Couldn't go off
campus. I know Coach P is glad he has arrived at the arena now.
Let's see, 6-point game. Braswell up 28. Brewer up 28. 22, I apologize.
Lalick with the long three. And my buddy Paul Moreno says, shooters shoot.
Shooters shoot.
Let them shoot. He buries the three from the baseline.
And
a steal.
Give us a show. Give me a show. He'll do it with the layup. This is good. 33-22 lead. Huge run for Brewer coming out for the third quarter.
What a change of events here. The intensity on both ends of the floor here for Brewer Bears here. Wow, what an outstanding quarter here as we're approaching 30 seconds.
Another
and we get
turnover.
The unforced error again against Edwards.
Oh, my.
You know Coach Series wants to call a timeout, but he's already burned 2 in the quarter. And now what you have done is you've woken up the giant over here at the south end zone of this arena, the Brewer fandom.
And then they're going to hold for the last shot. I think that's a good move, too. Let's see how much pressure Braswell gets it. Yeah, and I finally get a chance to complain about the only part of high school sports that I dislike is there's no shot clock in this high school basketball.
Yeah.
We got 5 seconds left on the clock. The big guy, he's going to knock that one down. Oh.
Boy, this place would have erupted if he did. Huge third quarter for.
Huge turn of event. What's that? A
30
17-2 run?
17-2 run again with the Brewer Bears against, again, a very athletic Braswell team, but they just can't, since the first quarter, they can't put the ball in the bucket. They had an 11-point first quarter, and they've had 11 points in the last 2 quarters since. I mean, so it's credit to the defense that Brewer's been playing. We appreciate you guys listening to this here on FridayNightGlory.com. We only got spring break coming up here, so for your Two Acres Pet Center provides the finest indoor, outdoor, boarding environment for your pets. With over 45 years of experience, the Clem family has created and maintained the highest level of excellence in the pet care industry. We are pet owners too, and we hope that your pet will become part of the Two Acres family for years to come. Appreciate your listeners here on this Tuesday night, Friday night game of the week. We got Dan Kick, Malik Mill, Kenny Matthews here. As of the huge 17-2 run there in the third quarter for the Brewer Bears, it's giving them a commanding, 11-point lead seems commanding at this point as we start the fourth quarter.
And now let's see how they close it out. It's an 11-point game. Braswell, 11 points, 8 minutes left in their season. First round of the playoffs, one of the toughest rounds. There's an 11-point lead for Brewer.
Got to like the patience coming out of the set there. Near turnover.
They're going to get a turnover right there.
They're going to get a turnover.
Good defense. And for Braswell, I don't think there should be any panic.
No.
But somebody's got to put the ball in the cup now.
Yes. You got to find somebody that's got the confidence to be able to make a bucket.
Pick
maybe
away.
Going to the hole, pick up some fouls, going towards the bucket because obviously the outside shot's not dropping.
Great look down low.
Tough
layup's going to miss.
There. Good defense by Duncan there, just staying straight up and not getting a foul. A lot of times you get the big fella swatting down, and he didn't. As the catalyst, Mr. Avent, I think, has been the spark plug of this run here for the Bears.
A great second half. As again rotates it around, taking the time. There's Adam Duncan, Mr. Woosley.
Not sure if you guys can see it on air here, but man, that Brewer crowd there in the background is excellent here tonight. You're talking about a home court advantage on the road, nonetheless. Many, many miles from South Fort Worth. The Brewer faithful came out here again.
Oh,
nice
Mr. Duncan,
pass.
that's a goaltend.
Beautiful pass in addition to spin. Yes. West Fort Worth? All right. As my buddy Dan Cake tried to tell me, it's West Fort Worth. But man, that's a big dish inside and the finish there, obviously with the goaltending there. But, it's now a 13-point lead here. I'm not saying you got to score, but you better start scoring.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Got a hold on the big fella down low.
And
that's his first team foul with a minute and almost 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter in the second half. That's the way they've extended their defense. You're kind of surprised by that. You are.
And this is with number 2, Anthony Davis checking in. This is that group for Brewer that cut the lead down in the first half.
Gonna get another foul, I believe, on the big fella again on a reach.
It's on the floor.
Yeah, he reached.
They're gonna give Cortland Blake
a little
quick
blow
breath.
here. I think that's good substitution in there. Give him a little rest here. Maybe give him about a minute and a half on the bench there.
You see how Braswell takes advantage.
Very big for Duncan. It's huge for Duncan to make sure he cleans the boards for Brewer at this time. Nice penetration move. Did everything but finish on the inside
Duncan
there by Cam Smith.
Adam Duncan, 6'7", down low.
He kind of altered that a little bit. Made him move off to the right side. Tried to do that reverse English, and it just didn't drop.
Every bit of 6'7". There's Davis on the drive. They're going to double team him.
Yeah, this is when they're really good because they're really tough to cover. Avent, Woosley, and Davis.
A tough foul.
Tough foul inside. Going to send Taylor back to the line. Foul's going to be on number 34.
35-22 lead for Fort Worth Brewer over Denton Braswell with 5:34 left. Gerard Taylor at the line shooting 2. Looks to extend the lead to 15. He's knocked that one down. He missed 2 earlier. He's going to switch that one.
You know, at this point in time now, you're going to have to get to the. You're going to have to. I think that Denton Braswell's going to have to extend the floor here. We're going to have to extend the game now. You have to go 94 feet. Hope you get some turnovers to get back in the game. I don't think you can just patiently pick them up at half court any longer.
Let's see if they have one run in them. But this defense for Brewer, David Woosley has changed the game as the
long
three by MJ
Not
Leslie.
Probably the shot that you were looking from there.
He's been on him all. He's been on him all game, all second half.
But he's shooting from the volleyball line there. That's probably not one you want to look. Not in rhythm. Ooh.
Tough take, tough miss.
Highly contested shot in there. And a
Oh,
big block by
and
Taylor.
He's got something to say to him.
And he lets him know, yeah, I got some of that. And we're under 5 minutes here on a 15-point lead. I just don't think you can kind of sit back like this and not attack Brewer at this point in time. You need turnovers now.
Brewer said, ooh, great block.
Great block. And again, another contested shot down low. So you got a 5-on-3 break. With 3 here, just can't get a drop bucket in there. And the big finish there finally by Cam Smith.
Make it 37-24.
That is only their 4th point. It's the 4th point in the last 5 minutes for Denton Braswell. It's shocking to me.
11 points in the first quarter, 13 since.
Yeah.
It's been real tough, but they they get a few stops, knock down a few threes. If you can see the lead, we've seen crazier things happen. We know how long these games can get.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And you're going to have to probably put Brewer on the free throw line also. So, you work that where they still have to knock some free throws down here at that point in time. But you're going to have to start putting some of those 3 balls in or getting some layups off some turnovers. Either way, you're going to have to try to extend this and have a more sense of urgency. It didn't seem like they had the sense of urgency so far by just picking them up at half court.
Yeah, and it just looks like they had lost a lot of confidence.
Yes.
A lot of confidence. They couldn't find any open shots.
Had a lot of swag in the first quarter, but been looking at their feet here ever since the first quarter.
It's a young Braswell team again making their first appearance. This campus, 3 years old, with their first playoff appearance. Here's that tough defense
that we talked about, and there's the
there
turnovers you got. Goes up with the left hand, Cam Smith. Nice play there.
It's an 11-point lead. And if that's how active their press can be,
yes, and
they got a shot.
Well, you see the quickness that you got there from both of them, and that's why I thought with their length and their quickness that they would have picked up more, to try to get some quick, get some easier buckets or some quick buckets. So it was nice to see them come out after that with that.
After the game, please, fans, do not come on the court. Thank you.
Thought it was a good timeout for Coach P there for Brewer, kind of settle your troops down. He's got a senior-laden team and a junior that's in the starting lineup there. Rely on that, the experience that they have there. Also, with their 3 ball handlers that they have between Davis, Woosley, and Avent, that's a matchup problem also for Denton Braswell, too, to try to defend them on the ball.
Oh, yeah, and they're going to get Duncan at the game. Looks like they put in their shooter, Liak.
And you got the big fella back in the game, which I think is good there. Duncan gave you some good minutes, picked up a couple quick fouls there in the 4th quarter. But, these are the guys that brought you here. These are the guys who should walk off at the end of the game for you.
Let's see what Braswell has on defense. It's an 11-point game. 4:14 left, 4th quarter. Live, FridayNightGlory.com from Flower Mound Marcus High School.
Going to be immediate double team. And
he's
Woosley,
got
the
it.
smart guy, gets out of the double team. A lot of times people sit there and try to do a pivot to get out of that, and that's when you get yourself in trouble.
He'll handle it.
And again, I would have thought you would have seen this trapping kind of defense out in the second half.
This could be a dagger.
And he knocks it down, Lalick! Again, Lalick with the big three from the corner.
The response.
And nice. MJ Rivers comes back with a response. We're under almost 3.5 here left in the fourth, and we're going to get a turnover again.
Oh,
and
great
a nice
take.
finish there.
Nice floater. Kenny Matthews with 3:29 left.
It's under that 10-point threshold, which
15-point lead cut down to 15-point lead cut down to 9 in less than a minute, less than 2 minutes.
Well, that pressure defense has been a problem. That middle's got their 2 turnovers they got is because they tried to force the ball in the middle of the court. Woosley dribbled out of one of the double teams. Just seemed like they're a little unnerved a little bit. I think you need to get the big fella to get that ball in the middle and turn around and do a pivot and pass over the double team.
Yeah, and I also think they need to get back to being a little more aggressive with Threed.
Yes.
We're still near 4 minutes left. I thought they were attacking well at the start of the quarter, but I don't think you want to play the foul game right now.
No. Well, I think
dribble out against it.
And you got only 4 team fouls against Braswell, so they can gamble here a little bit and not put anyone on the line here for a steal. And and for Brewer, they only have 2 team fouls, so there's no reason for them not to be aggressive.
Again, Fort Worth Brewer up 40-31, fourth quarter. We got 3:29 left here at Flower Mound Marcus High School. This is Malik Wright, Kenny Matthews, Dan Fleck here with FridayNightGlory.com on this Tuesday night.
It's the first round of the playoffs, Malik. It's what you play the whole year for, man. Almost had a near upset with Duncanville last night at Waxahachie on the road. You never know about the first game. You never know what your team's going to do.
Mr. Blake, there's another, they're going to get it back, a near turnover. And there it is, there's another steal. He's got a man in the corner. MJ Leslie, he's short on it.
Big rebound by Avent. Going to get the foul
that's
call.
A tough foul call.
On 34.
That's a tough foul call on Fort Worth.
Yes, it is.
On Denton Braswell.
On Bailey. It's 15 foul.
Oh, MJ Leslie needed to knock that one down. He also had Mark Kuntz streaking down on that right side, and they made eye contact, but Leslie, the hot hand.
Right. Well, I think that what you like to say, we've got the big fella down here now to help a little bit. Now he can dribble. He's got good wheels. Plus, not only that, he can pass over the trap. And a near steal there. Good play there by Avent.
2:52 left in the game. They're going to tangle it up. The possession arrows timeout.
Timeout by Coach P before the turnover. Woo-hoo. Very close. Very close. That could have been a bunny in the other end and a 7-point game. And you're talking about the Denton Braswell people behind us getting into the ball game real quick.
And as close as it can get, Brewer does get the timeout. So we're going to see a lot of pressure coming out from Braswell off the inbounds.
Well, and I think, and now you got to remember here, where they got the timeout called here, they're not going to be able to use the half court to get this ball inbounds here. So you have to do it on this side here. And you've been seeing it, that all out denial has been a problem here for Brewer here in the fourth quarter.
Again, 2:50 left, 9-point game. Devin Event with the inbounds. Cam Smith was in front of him as they let him use the backcourt on it.
Backcourt. I was surprised by that.
I didn't think they would get to use it either, but I don't make those calls. Working it around. There's Mr. Blake.
Pass from Taylor to the big fella down low.
Great passing, great patience. It's an 11-point game with 2:30 left.
Good defense, but a nice finish
layup by Mr. Smith.
Cam Smith with his 10th point of the game, his 6th point of the quarter. He's been slashing to the hole and been able to drop a couple buckets there. I like the patience better for Brewer on that end, but you got to get back on defense because you saw how Braswell, kind of like they did in the first quarter, even on made buckets, they were trying to beat their opponent on the other end of the floor and gave up the bunny down there.
Trying to push it, and again, it's the longest. This could be the longest 224 we have, especially with Brewers not knocking down their free throws. And another thing is Braswell's doing a great job of putting pressure on without fouling.
Yes, yes. You know, they're not fouling. They've only had, they had one foul here in the fourth quarter, which is big. But, you know, their pressure and overplaying the passing lanes has created a lot of, three turnovers already by that.
CU keeps their head up. This is a big possession right here.
Absolutely. That is a huge possession here. With 2:24 left.
42-33, Fort Worth Brewer up.
Use the big fella. There you go. I like how you use the big fella to help you with the press. Now you're going to have to foul. That was a much crisper press break there for Brewer. And the big fella doesn't finish.
Oh, I got it myself. I got it. He's got it, and he can still do that.
Yes, he can.
There's
and a long
David Robinson.
Man, Robinson.
Makes it an 8-point game.
Makes it an 8-point game under 2 minutes here. You wonder how much energy does Denton have left to try to get this hunt. Doesn't finish.
There's a big miss.
Taylor with a big offensive rebound and finish.
That's Jared Taylor.
Taylor,
that's going to be the charge. Oh, it's going to be a block.
It's going to be a block. You'll take that call any day of the week. Yeah, you'll take that call any day of the week, though, for if you're Coach P. I mean, that's only the third team foul against Braswell. Denton Brewer. And it's just, you get a play like that where you can almost get that call the other way, which is a big momentum the other way. Yeah, I'd take that any day of the week. Yeah.
They don't pay anybody for that. 10-point game. MJ Leslie takes a tough contested three, misses it. That's Cam again with the rebound.
And the big swat by the big fella, Cortland Blake, down low.
They have a guy open in the corner. They can't find him.
And he gets away anyway. Cam Smith with a huge fourth quarter. His 8th point of the quarters.
8-point game, 46-38.
And the layup there by Davis.
With the closeout.
Gives it back the lead to 10. Going to get a foul up top before the shot. Is that on? Going to be on Davis.
51.4 left. We have a 10-point game.
Oh, Woosley, excuse me.
Fort Worth Brewer up.
10-point lead. Can't be wasting time. Got to get the ball up now. Good defense
Leslie
by
going
Brewer.
to the post up.
Good defense. Big rebound by Avent. And that should be it for the Brewer Bears.
35 seconds left.
And looking for the big fella down low as he saves it. Shows his agility down there on the baseline. Going to get the foul call.
Hey, they need to work on that alley-oop. That half-court alley-oop with the big guy.
That was a tough alley-oop. That's a tough alley-oop to throw. Get the timeout by Coach P and Brewer. As now Brewer can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
The Brewer fans here are feeling a win here as they've come out here to Flower Mound here tonight, and after that disastrous first quarter, they played extremely well here in the second, third, fourth quarter.
Yeah, they are, and part of me wants to say Braswell maybe just got tired.
Yeah, there was.
They're playing their hearts out. Tough defense, tough in the zone.
And it was kind of interesting. We saw them playing so hard defensively, both teams in that first half and in the beginning of the third quarter. Kind of leads credence to what you said there a little bit. Did they just get gassed a little bit? Especially when that ball's not going in. that even gives you less gas again on the defensive end.
.7 left. 48-38. Fort Worth Brewer looking for a big-time playoff win. Denton Braswell, their first appearance in the playoff. They're just playing defense.
Yes, they are. Getting a little pushing, getting a little shoving down there, a little testy down there for the two small ones.
I'll let them play ball. It's a 10-point game. That's a tough call.
Tough call. Just a 16 foul. Well, 23.7 seconds away from Brewer advancing to the second round as they'll win their by-district opening round here over Denton Braswell.
Cam Smith, MJ Leslie, David Robinson, listeners out there, those guys are all juniors and sophomores getting their first playoff experience. He's going to handle the ball. He's going to get a
foul here. They were going to get a technical foul maybe on the big fella, the 23 and 11. You don't like to see MJ it does it that way. You don't like to see it go down that way by Cam Smith. You know, it's.
Never moved. Like you said, Cam Smith, David Robinson, MJ Leslie, all underclassmen.
Yep, yeah. And it's good learning. I mean, it's just a good learning experience for them. I mean, especially coming out of that district that they played in. Sometimes just trying to get out of that district alone might leave you not a whole lot left in the tank to go to the next level. I mean, because there was a battle in that district night after night. And, I mean, for them to come out of there, they had to win late to get into the playoffs. As the big fella, Cortland Blake, will be shooting free throws. It's going to be double checks on.
Here comes Elijah Norris, the senior, getting his.
The Blake will be shooting the 1-and-1 here.
Look.
The foul is on Cam Smith, his fourth.
It's 1-and-1. The referees are having some issues. They were thinking he was going to the hole. It's just a 1-and-1 and was fouled on the triple penetration.
And we get a conversation midcourt with Leslie, Avant, Davis, Woosley.
Excuse me. 19.2 seconds left. And again, the fourth quarter has crawled on time. And the first one's in for Blake.
Again, we appreciate you guys listening on FridayNightGlory.com. We're going to see if Fort Worth Brewer can hit 50 right here off the free throw from Mr. Cortland Blake. Settled down greatly in the second half.
Big fella's got a great stroke from the free throw line.
18 ticks left.
And again, the defense by Fort Worth Brewer has just been unbelievable. We get a steal and a foul. Their defense has been outstanding. Outstanding defensive effort here. And for Brewer, you got to just, again, it's been kind of their theme all year. Start off extremely slow in the first quarter, but come out like gangbusters from the second quarter on. Coach P's going to have to try to find that different rhythm as you advance in the playoffs. You can't take a quarter off because you just can't keep digging yourselves out of that hole every game.
Yeah, and that's spinning themselves a lot. First round, they're going to get comfortable with it.
Absolutely.
They'll take a win as a win, but let's not see them struggle next year. And then a great performance here for Denton Braswell. The young team came up short, 51-38. We're going to get one more half-court one.
Doesn't go in. And again, a coach told me a long time ago, in the playoffs, a win is a win, and you'll take it any way you get it.
Oh, yeah, 51-38. This is Malik right here live with Kenny Matthews and Dan Fleck on FridayNightGlory.com. We'll see you guys somewhere on Friday. We'll be around in the DFW looking for round 2 action. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.